All right, Keith joins us. Look outside. This is yet again, looks like yesterday. Cloudy.
Now they're just piling the bison on there because we gave them a hard time for a while.
That's right. You couldn't see any before.
Yeah.
Now there's a whole.
Now there's 30 of them right in the middle of the screen. Yeah, it's been, yesterday we saw a little bit of sun, but it's been generally a dreary start to the work week. It's going to take until, honestly, Thursday mid-morning before we kind of break out
really
of this.
See a change.
So that's kind of a while to get there. We do have a lot of showers on the radar right now, and as I mentioned before, some of this is drizzle hitting the ground that the radar's not going to pick up on very well. Now there looked like a break in the cloud cover on the satellite. I fact-checked that, though, and looked at some of the Sebago Lake cameras, and I wasn't seeing any sun. So I think it's actually a break in the mid-level clouds, and underneath it, there's still low-level clouds. So most of us pretty socked in through the rest of today. This model trying to give us a couple of breaks, maybe, later this afternoon over southern and western Maine. That'll be about it, though. And as noted, our temperatures tonight aren't really going to change much at all. So we're, say, 67, 68 right now, while middle of the night, kind of the same, 66, 67. There's not a whole lot of what we call diurnal change from morning low to afternoon high. And there's still a chance for showers in there. Tomorrow, the first half of the day doesn't look all that wet, but it is still cloudy. And the second half of the day, a front will come through, give us some showers and some thunderstorms. There'll be some downpours in there too. This is tomorrow night in through early Thursday. And this front kind of lingering just a little bit here on Thursday morning before we're able to clear out. And I do think Thursday afternoon especially is nice, particularly over western Maine and back into New Hampshire. Temperatures there into the 70s. Finally, some sun, and we should be able to get a nice Friday in. But that's not what we care about, is it? We want to talk about Hurricane Lee. Hurricane Lee still out there, winds 115 miles an hour, moving very slowly. It's at the point where it's kind of stalling out in its progression. We talked last week about the models putting it basically to the southwest of Bermuda. That is still the case. And there has been better agreement as to where this thing is going. And so now we're down to the finer points, which is good. We're getting there. And one of the points I want to bring up, and we talked about this last week too, is this was not going to be, it was a Cat 5 storm at one point. It was never going to be that for us. And the National Hurricane Center has it dropping to a Cat 1 and then transitioning from a Cat 1 to a tropical storm somewhere in the Gulf of Maine. So we'll probably be getting Lee in its transition phase out of a Category 1 hurricane into a tropical storm. Now, where are the details and where's the devil? Well, it's the exact location of the storm, right? So the European model has the biggest left-hand hook, brings it into Cape Cod, kind of an ideal position when you talk about a hurricane. Ideal, not ideal, but it's a spot that would have higher impacts. The GFS stays east, it's still a little bit more progressive. But I want to point out that I think we're talking about big waves here, rain, and some moderate wind regardless. And the way I want to drive that home is this is the worst case scenario. Of all of our models, this is the most direct hit. It's also the strongest. Okay, so let's project that forward. What's the worst case scenario here? This is the European model wind gust layer, and it has wind gusts here Saturday, middle of the day. You know, there's some 50s in there, quick hit to 60 maybe out along the coastline. And I'm not downplaying that. We certainly would have power outages with that. But to put that in perspective, it has happened in nor'easters before. It's happened in our fall windstorms as well. So I just want to set kind of the top end. And if the GFS is right, gusts to 45 maybe along the coast. So that's what we're dealing with. Now, one thing, Brian, that will be a problem for us, I think, is beach erosion. Could have some swells, especially with the European model solution, 10 to 20 foot swells, really big waves. And so I think the beach communities are going to lose a lot of beach here. There'll be some erosion problems. So that's something that you can't really see on that model, but it exists. So I think it's a hit for us in the sense that we will have weather. We will have rain, we will have wind, we will have some big waves. And we'll try to nail down if the European model is correct in this scenario. But I don't want people to think that the top end scenario is you plywooding your windows or something like that. We're not at that level. It's not on the table.
Okay, that's encouraging. And a healthy reminder that we will get something from this.
Yes.
Okay.